Hey, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to this Whimsical Wednesday interactive live. My name's lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube, and I am here to support your thrive, and especially the rise and thrive of the child that lives inside. So thank you so much for being here. If you're new, a very warm welcome to you. And of course, to all who continue to come back and continue to show up, thank you, thank you, thank you. You support the filling of my cup, and I am eternally grateful. Oh my goodness, I didn't bring my water. Just give me one sec. There we go. Water. So important. Okay, so today, as we begin, I would encourage you to tune in to left or right. I was guided to reach into my crystal box this morning and not look, but to pull out a couple of crystals. So I have a crystal in my right pocket and a crystal in my left pocket. So take a moment as we are connecting here. Go into your beautiful heart space and maybe even deeper into your experience down there in the root and sacral chakra. Send your breath all the way down and ask the child within which pocket has a message for you, left or right. And at this time, I'd like to ask that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our greatest and highest manifestation at this time via the pathway of healing and the calm central nervous system. So, we're going to work with our regular decks, the Lemurian Starseed Oracle, as well as the Oceanic Tarot. So let's just go. Let's go. So let's see, where are we going to start? If you were guided to the left, we're starting with the left pocket. It's definitely one of my hearts. And it's really feeling the first and foremost here, you're being guided to open to receive. And the left side of our body is the receptive side of our body. The left side of our body is the feminine. Excuse me. They've been spraying so heavily here in overhead for days, and it's really starting to bother my throat. So for those of you who were guided to the left, there is a message here about receiving. First and foremost, you are receiving inner nudges. You are receiving higher spiritual guidance from your higher self as connected to that beautiful child that lives within, that is pure of heart, that just wants to come out and play and, spread love and sunshine everywhere they go. It also feels another message coming in for you before we even look at the crystal. Oh, I think I may know which heart it is. It may be the rainbow obsidian heart. And that's interesting because the message coming in is not only are you being called to be open to receive, you're also being called to make sure you're grounding your energy. And as we're going from the left side, they're taking me down through my right leg and right foot. So this is really about getting grounded. And it may be supportive to you to wear an anklet on the right side. I know it's a really powerful practice, and the anklet, you want it to be either obsidian, hematite. That's it. So obsidian or hematite on your ankle. Let's check out the heart that you got if you were guided to the left. Oh, this is, oh my gosh. This is it in a gate? Oh my God. Are we still live? Were we live that whole time? It's still showing 11 minutes. So, anyways, we had a bit of a power surge. The power went out, everything had to reboot back up. So, we're going to relight some sage here. We're going to relight the sage. We didn't have the sage lit before. That's what we're going to do this time. If someone's here watching, can you tell me, have we been live for the last 10 minutes while this has been down? If so, I'm going to have to make a note because it's still doing the stream. So we're just going to go with it. And we're just going to clear the space between our hearts. It was live the whole time. Okay, so I'll put a note in the description. 8 minutes, probably 7-8 minutes. So here we are. We're back at it. Today's interactive message is your options are left or right. We started on the left. We were talking about this beautiful heart, and I can't quite remember what it is. It's been driving me crazy. And the message was coming through about receiving. This is a message about your ability to receive as well as your ability to ground. So I believe we left off where we were talking about wearing magnetic hematite or obsidian. Even a smoky quartz on your right ankle will support your ability to ground yourself. And it will also be almost like supporting neuro pathway patterning of the importance of your ability to stay grounded as you stay open to receive all of this support. And the fact that, it was literally a poof. I'm sure you saw it. It was a poof, and then everything just shut down. But then it came up. It was like literally 2 seconds. And so it is also speaking about you are quickly receiving support, guidance, signs, and as quickly as you receive, there is an emphasis of the processing of the information, of the grounding, of also retraining yourself or encouraging yourself to take action when said information comes in. And sometimes, circuit overloads such as this that we just had here, it's a lot on our physical vessel. We are energetic beings, and if nobody's given you permission in recent days to rest, take some time out, we're calling a timeout. This is your permission to do so because it's actually an integral and incredibly component to this journey of healing and our own personal ascension journeys. There's also something here, this may be quartz, terminated quartz with some hematite here. Whatever it is, they're saying, Lisa, your brain doesn't work like that anymore. And it's true, it doesn't. It's just sort of in the moment. Whatever it is, there is a strong call for grounding. There is a strong call. It feels as if you've been looking and reaching out for some sort of love and support, and perhaps haven't really found that love and support in the 3D that you desire, that you deserve. And it's coming. This is about leaning into the spiritual support that is there for you. It's really funny because after the live yesterday, the Tuesday morning live, the message I kept hearing all day after that, and especially as I was driving to the job, was settling into safety. And it feels like there's a call here for you, to settle into the arms of spiritual love, God, your ancestors, your angels, Mother Earth, nature. Just settle into the simplicity. And it feels like there's a call for you to show up for the child within, your beautiful child, the pure spark of light, spark of creation, to tune into that child and offer that child the safety they deserve. Yes. So you got the elders card here. And again, this is the ancestral energy. This is the divine mother, like really leaning in to receive the support that's all around you. Elephants, the symbol of family and wisdom, lineage, traveling a well-traveled path. And that well-traveled path that is eons old has not really been unfolded in this lifetime. And you are the one here to restore righteousness and unfold that path via your personal healing. This is a number 8. And so it's speaking of the eternal self, the eternal soul. You, me, all of us are here at this time to experience a spiritual awakening, to unravel deception, hurt, pain, deception, untruths throughout the fabric of time. And you are the one here to rise in that righteous, from that righteous space again, the heart, and giving yourself permission to rest, to reconnect to the child that lives within the experience. And you're being guided. Spiritual mentoring, equality, and equality is not inclusion or equity or anything like that. We're all, let's just say this right now, like this is my understanding, we are all equal in the eyes of God. As children of God, as children of creation, as children of Mother Earth, we are all equal, and we all have a seat at the round table. But we are, square pegs, if you will, been trying to fit into, or round pegs, pillars of light, trying to fit into these squares that don't support us. In fact, they want to keep you small, keep you in your box, if you will. And stability, wisdom, experience, and what was choices? Oh, counsels. And so this is really about healing that child within. If you notice in the trunk here, the elephant, I was going to say the angel, is holding the caduceus, and we've got the white wings on it. This is about transforming. So most of you, I'm trusting, that are connecting, are adults. You're over the age of 21. Maybe you're a young adult in your late teens. Most of you, though, are going to consider yourself an adult child of source. And the child within your experience is, there's a call to heal that. And then we have this beautiful whale over here, the whale, the soul song. And the whale goes to the depths. And again, if you haven't checked out yesterday's message, perhaps there's something there for you, because we were talking about the depths of our wounds, the emotional wound that we've, almost turned our back on. We've rejected an aspect of ourselves. And so this is speaking of remembering, reestablishing connection to that most pure aspect of your soul in the physical form. The whale comes in, and the whale comes in for healing. And when I think of whale, I just think of like water healing, sound healing, just really this intuitive communication, this intuitive knowing, receiving all, and then bringing all that, working with that healing in the embrace of the whale song, if you will, the soul song. And then when you rise up to the depths, when you reach the surface, it's a new you that has never been seen before. And yet, is it really? Perhaps it's the you you've always been and you've forgotten. Okay, so let's get into the Oceanic Tarot. What is that crystal? So is any of this resonating? If it is, hit that thumbs up. Claim this. Claim your bliss is what I just heard. The Page of Cups. This is your imagination. This is connecting back to that whimsical child that lives within. You know, the child that just wanted to lay on the grass and look up at the sky when we had real clouds floating by and we imagined they were bunny rabbits hopping through, or, you know, whatever it was. This is getting back to that playful innocence, imaginative energy, third eye. And so for some of you, there may be a message here that your third eye would like to open. Your third eye would like to open. Yes, it would. Your third eye would like to open so you don't continue to repeat the tapes. Keep playing over and over and over the same painful scenarios and situations that got you to this place where you're receiving this message. And so if you are still working with toothpaste that has fluoride in it, this may be an opportunity to say no more fluoride, which calcifies the third eye, and begin, you know, again, meditation, working with crystals to support your physical body, which is your light body. And yet in the physical, body, we hold so much tension. We're in the 3D. It's dense. You know, we're sensitive. We're like magnets. And what are we magnetizing to us? And when we are here in a space of leadership, spiritual leadership, spiritual leadership, mentorship, teaching and learning, it's all intermingled. When we are walking in our power, though, when we are standing in our power, it's very important, again, that we remain grounded, that we do what we need to do to support ourselves, so we're not going out in the world and everybody's crap is just, you know, being dumped on us. So it's learning how to shield yourself. And that's what I feel is one of the biggest messages for those of you guided to the left, is shielding yourself from outside influences. Yeah. Making choices and decisions for yourself. This is a lot of sword energy, like mental energy. And it's interesting because the left side of the body is the receptive side. The left side of the brain is the linear, logical, masculine, you know, dug in is what I heard. And this imaginative, this child is nurtured. This child is intuitive. All children, male children, female children, highly intuitive and creative until the world, the external world, reflects to them what they ought to be, right? Men don't cry. Boys don't cry. I mean, what a travesty for all the males of the world who were taught that lie. It's not true. And our sensitivities are one of the greatest things about all of us. And so here we've got all this sword energy where a lot of thought going on, thinking, I have choices and decisions to make. And then we have the King of Swords. And the question that's coming through is, what is your vision? What is it that you would like for yourself, your life? What is it that you would like to experience? And that's for you to ponder. And the fact that this King of Swords here is sitting on this green leafy throne speaks of healing. This guy knows. he's empowered. He is doing the inner work. He is rising to the occasion. Yes, there may be sharks swimming around. He's well aware of everything that's going on, and there is no fear because they are one, and the king in his power, the king in their power is not being bombarded with external influences that are not supportive of the rise. They're more like, here, come back here, don't go, where are you going? And I just saw a kite. So for some of you, perhaps flying a kite was something you liked to do when you were young. Perhaps it's time to fly a kite. Delight, like ignite your delight. What brings you delight to your senses? One more card here for left, and then we're going to move on to right. And today, just like yesterday, I'm working with the Healing Energy cards by the phenomenal Leanne Peters of Temple of Balance. And I've got her 2 decks combined here. Something going on with the throat. Throat. Yeah, there's some movement in the throat chakra. So yes, I've combined these 2 decks, the Healing Energy cards, the originals, and number 2. I believe they're both 88 card decks, so that's a lot of cards. But let's get you a Healing Energy card. And again, with much of Leanne's work, I feel so much the very earth-based, the very medicinal, shamanic. The world around us is our medicine, and we are medicine to the world around us. So let's tune in here to your inner child, connected, as eternally connected to source and your higher self. Let's get a message for that child that's supportive in the here and now, here on the earthly realm. So this is from the Healing Energy card, deck number 2. Ooh. And it's an 8 energy again, right? The 9 and 8 is 17. It comes to 8. You are spiritually protected. And I just heard this, like, Puff the Magic Dragon. That popped in. And so, Puff the Magic Dragon lives inside of me. Something about, I know that's not the words, there's other words coming in. Something about, as I breathe, the dragon inspires me. The dragon helps me to remember my imaginative side before the density of the ride of human life, HUEMAN, human life. Yesterday, a big question, I believe. So there is something in yesterday's message as well. It wasn't a long one. If you get an opportunity at some point, go back and check it out. May the 13th. It was the Tuesday morning live. There was a question in there. What ignites the fire in your belly? What is it that you're starving for? Breathing life into your dreams. The power of your breath. Speak up. Oh, isn't that funny? I was saying there's something going on with the throat. Speak up, let it out, see it through. Don't underestimate yourself. Breathe out and release. Avoid bottling up. Courage. Yeah. And the bottling up, the thinking is counterintuitive to the releasing of the emotional. The thinking is like the linear, the logical. We're going to go over it again. The right side of the brain is imaginative. The divine feminine, the receptive, is intuitive and creative. So there is something here about working with your breath, getting to nature, your practices, planting your feet firmly on the ground, caring for yourself. I believe at the beginning, before perhaps the power outage, or maybe just after the power outage here, the message was take a rest. This is permission for you to take a rest. And this is confirmation of the permission that it's safe for you to rest. Self-care is best. Self-care, self-love is best. So if you were guided to the left, those are your messages. I trust that they've resonated with you. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing if anything here has resonated for you. I'm so appreciative of our connection. My ear is going crazy right now. Left ear. With the final message for those of you guided to the left of being open to receive, staying open and receptive, or getting open and receptive is key. So thanks so much for being here. Let's move on to the right side. Let me grab a drink. So something about the throat. I just heard bridge. To heaven on earth through you. Be true to you. What do you believe, and where has it held you in rigidity? So for those of you who were guided to the left, or the right, sorry, we're on to the right. Those of you who were guided to the right is our giveaway side. The right side of our body is our masculine side. The right side of our brain is the intuitive feminine side. So you see how this technology, we as the technology, I've got your crystal in my hand here. I've just been holding it in my hand in my pocket, but I've got your crystal here in the hand, and I'm hearing that you are the greatest technology ever created. All of you, each and every one of you, unique in your own right, each carrying sacred birthright into this life. How have you been living? Where are you rigid? How is your body feeling? How is life going? Are you trusting your inner knowing? What are the stories you tell yourself over and over again? In what ways do you overextend yourself over and over again? Who's showing up for you? Who's showing up for you? So let's see what this crystal is, because it seemed to have a lot to say. Throat much? Throat much? The Sri Yantra, flower of life, Sri Yantra. And this is turquoise, and it's organite. Blue through the for the throat. And again, so the crystals inside are obviously from Mother Earth. The resin that goes over top is man-made. And so there's something, as the message was coming through before we saw the crystal, the message was coming through about you being the greatest technology on earth. And it feels like for many of you, there's this need to almost like detox is the word I just heard. Detox from the artificial, detox from the man-made, and get back to the heart of creation. So perhaps at the time this message comes, you're being encouraged to take a few days off, a staycation, get out and explore the world around you, like nature. And maybe you live in the city and you're like, oh, I can't get to nature. I'm sure you can. Find a park, find a piece of grass that you can take your shoes and socks off and just feel how feel the sensations. You may not think it feels great. A lot of people are like, ew, they don't like the, bare feet. It's because we've lost our connection to source. The child within you probably loved to run around barefoot. Like there's not a picture of me with ever clean feet in the early years. And still, bare feet are best. And they support the child best. And I just heard it supports the child to also rest, because there's a lot of this artificial um, technology, man-made, not God-made, like you and I, not creation's children, but this man-made technology that we all love, we all use. I mean, here I'm live on YouTube with you. So everything has its place and purpose. And yet we have been inundated with this technology in the last, let's just go decade, but it's been much longer, but let's say decade. All the smart technology that every year gets an upgrade, all the cell towers going around, all the planes flying in the sky that have these funky lines coming out of the back of them. Like, we're under attack. Like, natural law and order is under attack. And with that being said, you as the adult are being asked to stop attacking yourself. Stop giving your power away to external technology that doesn't support your ability to co-create, because you're highly creative. You're highly intuitive. You were guided to the right side of the body. It just feels like you were giving a lot of yourself away. And for what gain, I'm hearing. And it's not like we do things. I'm not talking about like personal gain. We go out there, that guy's got what I want, and I'm going to go and take it. No. It's like, what are you doing to gain favor from others? And the polarity of that is, what are you doing to gain favor in service to the eternal soul? Because it's the eternal soul. We haven't quite figured that out yet. If you're watching this, you're kind of curious. Something's up, if not entirely. Most of you, though, know that this lifetime is in service to the spiritual evolution of our eternal soul. You got the storm card. It's okay to feel it all. Cleanse, collapse of the old, and realignment. Perfect. And 3, the ultimate number of creation. 3, reflective of the Trinity within. 3, the Empress in the major arcana. The mother, the divine, the divine feminine. What's going on? What are you guys holding back? What are you saying to yourself? It's almost like there's a mask that you take out there into the world. And then you tell yourself a whole different thing when you come home. You say a whole different thing to yourself. I just heard jackass. So if someone uses that phrase, jackass, it's not one I use. That's just come in. And look what's lit up here is the throat chakra. I'm so bad at this. Feel it all. I mean, in order to heal, we must feel. When we feel, then we acknowledge there's something to heal. I wanted to, okay. I heard get my drift. And then I heard why all the resistance. Ego is the resistance and the persistent the persistent frog within your throat, the persistent ache within your chest. The virtually non-existent fire in your belly, the passionate rise of the child of light who wants to thrive. And so there's something here, like you have been externally seeking favor, externally looking for something you haven't yet found, right? Because when you come home, when you wind down at the end of the day, the night, the week, the month, it's your life. And there's some level of discontent. You're not speaking up. You're not standing up. You're not showing up for yourself. You're not. I'm not doing it. It's kind of like that energy. Yet, the doing it brings great achievement. We have an 8 here, the 8 of Pentacles. So this is like earth energy, right? Earth energy is very slow, methodical. We want to be sure of our footing out there, and so sometimes the earth energy can trip us up because we want to make sure all of our ducks are in a row and they're all running everywhere, right? This is consistent progress, though. Regardless of how slow, there is forward movement. So your resistance at this time, and those of you who are guided to the right, perhaps there's a difficult conversation that you need to have, or you're being called to have. The 9 of Pentacles, gratitude. And difficult conversations, again, yesterday's live, May the 13th live, spoke about these difficult conversations. They're not easy. Mr. Milos. Hey, brother, how's it going? Okay. Yeah. Out of the mind and into the heart. Vision. This was said yesterday. It was also said today, I believe, in the first message. They're asking me to take the top card as well here, so I will. The Magician. It's still a ride. Giddy up. Giddy up. Look, those of you who were guided to the right, it's okay. You're okay. Stop looking for favor outside of yourself and focus on the home front today. Focus on your vision, what it is you see for your future. I mean, like here, make a wish. We've got the Magician here. And that the Magician is representative of having all the elements, the pentacles, the swords, the wands, and the cups, having it all to give birth, to support the giving birth to the life you deeply desire. Realignment with your inner fire, speaking truth, having the difficult conversations. I mean, once we have these difficult conversations, then it's like, there's a release both ways, right? There's a release. It's done. And then we can move on with clarity. So those of you guided to the right, it's like, what is your vision? Stick to your vision. You've got all the elements within to really achieve anything you set your heart to do or your heart guides you to achieve. Archangel Michael is close with you. Divine alchemy is what I'm hearing when I look at the storm card. Divine alchemy. Again, in order to heal, we must acknowledge how we feel. Once we acknowledge how we feel, and oftentimes the first step to acknowledging how we feel are physical aches and pains in our body. 12-12 right now. You are the channel of light. We're each the channel of light, here to reignite and reestablish our connection to source. We have always been divine. We have always been children of creation. We've always been children of God, children of Mother Earth, always connected to source. It is us in our experience who has forgotten. It is us in our experience who, from the external world, have felt rejection. And as a result, we have in turn rejected ourselves or turned our back on ourselves. And so this is a time, we're still in those Scorpio full moon vibes. And like Milo said, it's been a ride. Just go back and listen to any of the videos in the last handful of days. It's been a ride. And yet, you know what? It's all a part of it. We're here. We're thriving. We're doing it. We're showing up for ourselves. That's the difference. If we don't show up for ourselves, who is going to? So I've got a dog giving me the eyes. If I don't show up for him, who is going to? 2 cards have come out for you here. And one of these cards is from yesterday. We got this card yesterday. And again, it's the 3, the expansion. And this is from the original Healing Energy Oracle cards, the expansion card, 3-3. So threes, the Trinity. 33 is about the pathway of the Christ, and forgiveness, the pathway of forgiveness, which is, the healing journey and our own personal ascension. 333s for me is the energy of Mother Earth and the divine feminine, the goddess energy. And so this really feels like first step here, my lovelies, my beautiful soul fam, is forgive yourself. And if you're in the midst of a storm, breathe through it, ride it out. Don't add to the perhaps volatility of the storm. Be the peace, show up for yourself, and know that you're supported. Like, tap into the support that's all around you. Like, this is very, cosmic. Star galactic connections, reconnection with your star home, intergalactic travel. Intergalactic travel. Expand your perceptions, gateway to other dimensions. Who is the gateway to other dimensions? You are. Milos, I love it. And this, like I said, if you're watching this around, this is a timeless message, but if you're receiving this, if you see this around the time of May the 14th, as it's live, we're in this deep scorpionic full moon vibe. And Milos has just said the Scorpio moon dug out such secrets that, we may have gotten constipated or may have felt sick to our stomach. And it's the deepest core wound, and it's of rejection and abandonment. And a light has been shone on it, or we're the light. Our soul's light is shining into the depth of our 3D experience in the deep space within where we've hidden it. And we're good tricksters. We can trick ourselves all over the place. Yeah, absolutely. And what most recently this full moon helped this trickster realize is that we can never get away from the child that lives inside. And ultimately, our ultimate goal is to heal and let that child come out and play and lead the way to the prosperous path of co-creation, joy, fulfillment, and abundance. Hey, Kiva. I got your email, sis, and I will probably respond to it. Just give me a couple of days. I'm just trying to get through the back end of my 3-day work week. Yeah. Anyways, so let your light shine inside, because that child in you, whether that child's 54, 55, 35, 25, that child deserves to come out and play. That child deserves to feel safe. That child is supported in a myriad and an abundance of ways. And all connections really, truly begin within our own heart space. I just heard that song. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. Who sang that? When it's all you can do, I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know why. Well, I don't know why I'm standing here singing all the time. I mean, I honestly wish I had a better voice, but whatever. This is what you see is what you get. Yeah. All right. So I think we're at the end of this. Should we pull a card for all of us here? Oh no, we're not at the end. Jeez. There was 2 cards that came out. There were 2 cards. And this is oh, really? Irene Cara? Maybe? No. Anyway, stability. This feels very much like these whole messages today. And for those of you who are just coming in late, we had like an 8-minute gap. The power went out here. There was like a blip. Everything shut down while we were just starting out the messages for the right side. And when the power came back on and everything, it was like 11 minutes into this video and it was still live. So I'm going to go back and see what that gap of time is. But it's almost like it was a visual for all of us that the space between, the importance of the space between the receiving of the message, the integration of the message or the energy coming in, and then the implementation of the vision and the action. Roxette, yes, Roxette. Heart of the homeland, ancestors. We've been getting this message a lot in today's Whimsical Wednesday message. Ultimately, everyone, if you're here watching this, you are so worthy and deserving of your dreams. You are so worthy and deserving of having people in your life that show up for you, that are safe spaces for you. You are so worthy and deserving of being highly creative, unique, magical, mystical, wonderful. You are so worthy and deserving of life's greatest things. And so we are at this choice point in 2025, 2026, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, here now, as we're live, 2025, we're at this choice point. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep trying to fit our beautiful expansiveness into a box to suit the needs, to gain the favor of those who don't know us, don't support our dreams, all of that? Why would we continue to do that? We're in a universal 9-year breakthrough. World domination of love, never mind world domination of the nefarious. I have no time for the bullshit. And quite honestly, it's up to us to let that child come out and play and create the world that we want to live in. And, you know, I suspect if this silly energy of world domination, I mean, who's dominating who? It's like the governments are dominatrix. I'm not even into that kind of stuff, you know? So like, if you're into that, that's cool. If you're not, like, then step aside. And the more and more we go forward, it's going to be removing ourselves more and more from these artificial tentacles of what wants to keep the creative child in you sitting in a corner, down deep, down in a hole, crying because life isn't what you imagined. Well, we have to bring it to life. We have to bring it to life, little by little, step by step. Ooh, baby, we're going to get love all around this world. Yeah. Bringing the history into the present, the stories that have been told that are lies, and most of it, those of you who have been around here for a while, it's about flipping the script. So you may be seeing in your own life where you have bought in to the lies, the deception, and you know, evil has been hidden in plain sight of eyes blinded by lies. And so it's very easy to convince yourself that what you know is true. Listen deep within you, because you do know the truth, and you do know what is not true. And what is not true is that you've got to stay in this storm energy. You can't feel it. You know, I've got to just keep repressing and I'll get more and more depressed as I go. No, collapsing the old and realigning with the, I'm hearing primal energy of expansion. And it's not world domination. It's abundant co-creation. It's growing together. It's sewing together. And it's knowing that as we show up for ourselves, as you show up for yourself, you are going to be able to show up in the world authentically using your voice for good. There's been a big shift through the throat chakra during this. Bringing the history into the present, grounding, anchoring connections, base chakra, look within to access beyond physical world. Yeah. So remember this. Stick to your vision. You are the magician, and everything you need is within you right here and now. I trust those messages have resonated. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you so much for showing up. Please do drop a comment down below and let me know how your message was to receive. Yes. And let's begin spreading the seed, pollinating this YouTube channel with seeds of love. So we spread all around the beautiful world and we all get to run around and traipse around barefoot, footloose and fancy free, being the sacred seed, you know, co-creating in really, really abundant ways. Anybody who's come in late, if you wanted to go back and watch from the beginning, you're going to come to a point very early in this live where we were probably blacked out for 7, 8, maybe 9 minutes. I'm not sure. The face-to-face starts again at 11 minutes, just before 11 minutes. So anyways, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for showering this channel with your love and appreciation. I am so grateful for you. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Three live viewers and 3 thumbs up. So that's amazing. Again, more confirmation of the pathway of the light of Christ that is rising from within you and you and you and you and you via forgiveness. Until next time, everyone, have a great day.